Sitting up nice and tall, close your eyes. Exhale your breath all the way out. A deep breath in through your nostrils. An open mouth, exhale, let it go. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Stretch your arms over your head, please. Reach up to your fingertips. Bring your hands to your heart, exhale, side out, let it go. Your hands together at your heart, palms pressing together. Seal your lips without clenching your jaw. Breathing through just your nostrils now. Start to deepen your breath even more, while creating that element of sound in your breath. You should be able to hear your breath as a loud whisper or as the distant sound of the ocean filling up the space around you. In through your nose, out through your nose. Creating sound with your breath. This is what we'll use throughout our practice, this breath, to guide us through our yoga practice. Ujjayi breath helps to keep us present and focused, helps to create internal heat for our practice. It's an amazing way for us to stay connected with not just ourselves, but with each other, even across great distances. Set the intention for our practice today. It's said that our hips are where we store a lot of our emotional experiences, our trauma, our moments of intense emotional experience get stored in the hips. So when we move deeply into our hips, it's got a lot of potential for feeling uncomfortable, for having resistance, or not wanting to let go. So the challenge for today's practice is to just recognize that our hips are our storage center of emotional experience, to really address anything that comes up in the moment. If you feel resistance, tension, fear, apprehension, sadness, joy, whatever it is, acknowledge it, and then just set it to the side for later reflection so that you can continue to be present here and now and continue to explore further into the space that's within you. Anything that's there will still be there waiting for you. And in this moment, it's just about sort of going through the files, and maybe later we can do a deeper clean, make some room for other stuff. But the idea behind that is simply a matter of focus so that we can continue to move safely and securely within this space. All right, so be willing to let things go, be willing to confront challenging moments, be willing to get through it and move on. Exhale your breath all the way out. Inhale for Om. Keep your eyes open. Come forward to your hands and knees, everybody. Ooh, Bertrand, you're in black and white. That's cool. Spread your fingers nice and wide, hands under shoulders. Walk your knees in just a little bit closer so that your knees are just in front of your hips. We will be on our hands a little bit towards the end middle of our practice. So spread the fingers nice and wide. Press into your fingertips and your knuckles. Lift just your palms up. Palms lift and lower. We'll do that a few times. Palms lift and lower. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the palms down. Now we're going to lift up to our fingertips. Lift up to your fingertips. Lower the palms down. Make sure you're not leaning back as you do this. So if you want to walk your knees in closer, lean forward, come up to your fingertips, press down. There should be a lot of effort to lift the palms up to your fingertips and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay on your fingertips. 1. Bring your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, round into your back. Scoop the tailbone under, press down and fill up the back body. Let's take it to cow pose. Inhale, thighs back and heart lifted. Keep pressing through your fingertips. Exhale, cat pose, chin to chest, round into your back. Inhale, cow pose, thighs back and heart lifted. Exhale, cat pose, chin to chest, round into your back. Inhale, cow pose, thighs back and heart lifted. Very good. Let's take the palms face up. Point your fingers in towards each other, please. Palms up, fingers turning in. Wiggle your fingers and roll out your thumbs. Start to rock it outside to side. You can take small movements or big rocks. It's up to you. So make sure you're really pressing down through the backs of the hands. And if you want, you can curl your fingers in towards your thumbs, towards the center of your palm for a deeper stretch. So for 3, 2, and 1. Turn your palms face down. Point your fingers in towards each other. Palms down, point your fingers back towards your thighs. Shift your weight forward, please. Cat pose your spine. Round into your back, lean forward. Shift your weight back, inhale, cow pose. Lift into your chest, rock back. Let's do it again. Exhale, rock forward, cat pose. Inhale, rock back, cow pose. One more time. Exhale, rock back, cat pose. Inhale and cow pose. Hips back. Move your hips all the way back to your heels. Sit down onto your heels, please. Place your hands right alongside your ankles. Then stay exactly where you are. Just nice deep knee flexion. Or lean back and lift your knees up off the mat. Picking the knees up. Hugging the ankles energetically. And we'll hold it for 3, 2. Oh, that's feeling good. And 1, lower your knees down, come forward onto your hands and knees, please. Here we go. Reach your left arm out to your left, stretch out through your fingertips. Thread your left arm underneath you and come to land all the way down onto the back of your shoulder. Let your head come down to the ground, walk your right hand forward, roll the right shoulder back. You get your legs just to be a little more active, tops of the thighs towards each other. Inner thighs back, backs of the thighs wide. Move your hips a little bit to the left. Draw your belly in and twist. Look up underneath your right armpit. Bring your right hand back down in front of the face. Press down through your right hand, sweep your left arm up to the sky. We'll come into a supported side plank pose. Step your left foot back, please. Press down through your right hand, reach out through your left fingertips. Look up and lean back. Stretch out through the side body. Look down to the top of the mat and step your left foot all the way forward, please. Place your left hand down inside your left ankle. Look forward and lunge. From the center of your hips, start to draw inward, thighs to hips. From the center of your hips, start to expand outward. Press out through your feet, pull forward through your chest. Good. Straighten your left leg, flex your toes. Pull your hips back. Keep the same action. Draw into the center of the hips. Press out away from the hips. Having this nice balance of action drawing in and expanding out. Inhale, rock forward, lunge, please. Pull your heart forward, both hands inside left ankle. Exhale, straighten your left leg, flex your toes, pull hips back. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Exhale, straighten your leg. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Pick up your back knee. Stretch your heart forward. You're going to take your left leg up and back. Stack your left hip over your right hip, please. Press through your hands a lot. Lift your left hip up nice and high. Press your right thigh back. Bring your left knee now. Let's go to your left shoulder. Rock forward. Tap your left arm. Keep your hips up high or keep your knee up high. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Bring your left knee into your chest, please. Rock forward, round, squeeze your nose to your knee. Inhale, send your left leg up and back. Now we're going to cross the body. Take your left knee over to the right side. Hold it here. Stretch your left leg out to the right. Stay exactly right here with both hands down, or stretch out through your legs, spin your right heel down, and open your right arm up to the sky, please. Press through your hands, stretch through your fingers. Ooh, yeah. So good, friends. All right, so really tricky from here. You're gonna reach your right hand forward. Without bringing your right hand down, stretch your left leg back, come into a balanced plank. Right arm reaches forward, left leg reaches back for 3. Good, 2. Nice, everyone. 1, both hands down, both feet down, lower. Chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift up to your tiptoes, please. Lower your knees down to the ground. Reach your right arm out to the right. And thread the right arm underneath you. And to land on the right shoulder. Walk your left hand to the top of the mat. Ooh, all right, getting some nice cricks and cracks here. Spin your inner thighs back. Broaden the backs of the hips. Move your hips to the right just a little bit, then draw your belly in, twist, look up, stretch. Bring your left hand back down, next to your face, press down, and open your right arm up to the sky, please. Step your right foot back, supported side plank, reach forward, lean back, look up. Step your right foot all the way back to the top of the mat, or all the way forward to the top of the mat, please. Both hands down inside the right ankle, look forward and lunge. Scissor your thighs together, stretch out through your legs, stretch forward through your heart. Straighten your right leg, exhale, flex your toes, pull your hips back. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Scissor thighs, press your feet, pull your heart forward. Exhale, right leg extends, flex your toes, pull your right hip back, press to the bottom of your foot. Inhale, rock forward and lunge. Scissor thighs, stretch through your legs, pull forward through your heart. Exhale, right leg extends, flex your toes, pull your hips back. Rock forward, lunge. Pick up your back knee, sweep your right leg up to the sky. Your leg is up. Stack your right hip over your left hip, please. Press to your hands a lot. Left hip wraps back and under, press your left thigh back. Lift your right hip up and over. Don't let it just collapse down. Keep pulling it up and over. Right knee to right shoulder, rock forward. Get your knee to go nice and high up your arm, all the way to the outside of your shoulder. Inhale, send the leg up to the sky. Right knee into your chest, rock forward. Bring your nose to your knee, round into your back. Lift your thigh to your ribs. Inhale, send it up and back. And now we cross. Take your right knee to your left shoulder, left arm. Tap the arm if you can. Extend your right leg out to the left. Pause. You can stay right here if you want, or spin your back heel down, open your left arm up to the sky. Stretch out through your legs. Stretch out through your arms. Breathe. Now, without bringing your left hand down, reach your left hand forward. Start to slide your right leg back. We'll come into that balanced plank pose. Square off your hips. Reach your left arm forward. Lift your right leg up. Hold and breathe for 3. Good, everyone. 2. Lift it up. And 1. Hands down, lower, chaturanga. Nice job. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Pause and breathe. In through your nose, out through your nose, please. We'll take our walking splits to the top of the mat. Please lift your left leg to the sky. So as you lift your left leg up, also extend out. So push through your left heel, lift through your left inner thigh. Please step your left foot just forward of your right foot, bringing your left heel to land just in front of your right big toe and a little to the left. Right leg lifts up for the same thing. Press the heel back, lift your inner right thigh, come up to your left tiptoes, and step your right foot just forward and to the right of your left foot. We'll keep going to the top. Left leg lifts up, nice and high. Left foot steps forward to the right foot, right leg lifts up, nice and high. Right foot steps forward to the left foot, left leg lifts up, nice and high, and stretch it out. Step your left foot between your hands. Right leg lifts up, stretch it back. Right foot steps next to left foot, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, please. Inner thighs spinning back. Stretch the bottom of your heart forward and extend. Exhale, fold in, nose to knees. Push down into your feet. Rise up to standing. Grab a hold of your right wrist. Lift it up and over to the left side. Tone your thighs. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your belly. Right hip to the right. Right fingertips to the left. And pick it up. Grab your left wrist. Tone your thighs. Squeeze your glutes. Side bend to your right. Move your left hip to the left. Stretch out to your left fingertips. Inhale, come back up. Please cactus your arms. Move your shoulder blades down your back. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Nice little heart opener here. Then come to chair pose. Reach your arms up and move your hips back. Let's get the legs to be really fired up here. Hug your shins in. Spin your inner thighs down so that the outer hips are broadening, getting wider. Then really sit down low into that space, please. Exhale, forward fold. Nice job. Really good work, everybody. Inhale, lift up. Halfway lengthen. Plant the hands. Your choice on how you get there. Step or hop back. If you are hopping back, landing with bent elbows, please. Take it back, chaturanga. Step or hop. Your choice. Nice, Elise. Landing with bent elbows. Cobra pose or upward dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take that same walking split forward. Lift your right leg to the sky. Stretch it up and reach it back. Right foot steps just forward of your left foot. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps forward to the right foot. Keep it going. Right leg lifts up. Right foot steps forward to the left foot. Left leg lifts up. Left foot steps forward to the right foot. One more. Right leg lifts. Right foot steps between your hands. Left leg lifts. Left foot steps next to right foot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Practice your arms, exhale. Tone your belly. Squeeze your glutes, lift your chest. Chair pose. Reach your arms up. Hug your shins in, spin your thighs down. Broaden your hips, get low, press to your feet, reach to your fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Remember, if you're hopping back, you're landing with bent elbows. Hands down, step or hop back, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. In through your nose and out through your nose, please breathe. Inhale, lift up to your tiptoes, please. Bend your knees, look forward. Let's land with the feet between the hands. Come forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in, nose to knees. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. You're gonna bring your right knee into your chest, please. Lift up, stand up tall, make your standing leg really strong. Roll out your right ankle a few times. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, please. Let's move the hips back, the heart forward. Breathe. If you want to work your hands down to the ground, you can. Tone your thighs, just like any other shape we did. Tone your thighs, hug the midline, squeezing thighs energetically together, and pulling thighs towards hips. Move your hips back. From the center of your hips, press down through your feet, stretch out through your heart, then sit a little bit deeper here. 2 more breaths. Slowly start to rise up. Bring your right knee up into your chest. Stand up nice and tall here. Step your right foot back behind you. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Come down into a squat position, please. Heels in, toes out, thighs wide. Squeezing your heels together here. Press your thighs apart. Let's bring the hands to the inner thighs and work the shoulders. I think this feels really good, so let's drop the right shoulder in and down. Press your right thigh wide. Work your right shoulder down towards the ground. Oh, yeah. Pick it up. Same thing, left shoulder. Drop your left shoulder in and down. Press your left thigh wide. Very nice. Pick up your left shoulder. You're going to spin your right knee down to the ground. Come up on your right tip toes. Spin your right knee down towards the ground, face forward, and take both arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Take your time to find it. Squeeze thighs toward, or drop thighs towards hips. Draw into the belly. Facing the front of the mat, left foot forward, right leg back. Lunge deeply here. From the center of your hips, press up through your feet. Lift up through your chest. Reach up and stretch back. Place your hands down on the ground. Lift your right leg up to the sky, standing splits. Good, Shanti. You can turn forward, Shanti. Right leg lifts up nice and high. Stretch back through your right leg. Lift up through your inner right thigh, please. Then walk your hands forward a little bit. Stack your right hip over your left hip. Bend your right knee and walk your right fingertips all the way over towards the left as far as they'll go. Really big stretch to your right side body. Stacking your right hip over your left hip. Squeeze your heel to your bum. One more breath. Maybe you look underneath your right armpit. And step your right foot all the way back behind you. Skandasana, right knee bending, left leg extending. Heels squeeze together. Thighs draw towards hips. Been saying that wrong a lot lately. In the center of your hips, press out through your feet. Please stretch through your legs. Get low. Very nice. All right, walk your hands back to the top of the mat, please. Place your right hand down. Circle your left arm up to the sky. Side plank on your right side. Left foot steps back to meet your right foot. Press through your right hand. Spin your right bicep forward. Lift into your hips. Breathe. All right, listen carefully here. Left knee into your chest. Place your left hand down. Without bringing your left knee down, roll over to your left side and open your right arm up to the sky. Hold and breathe. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right thigh and bend your right knee And drop your butt towards your right heel. Press your left thigh wide, reach to your right fingertips, up and over your head. Then look forward, straighten your leg, place your right hand down. And let's lower the left shin down, pigeon pose. Scissor your thighs together, please. Lift into your chest. Stretch out through your legs. Fold in, drop your head towards the ground, please. Nice job, everyone. Sit back up, lift into your chest, sit up nice and tall. And again, exhale, fold it in. Drop your head towards the ground, please. One more time, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, lower your head towards the ground. Tuck your back toes under, pick up your back knee, straighten your, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Lift up high to your tiptoes, please. Bend your knees, look forward, land with your feet between your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Rise to standing, reach your arms up. Bring your left knee into your chest, please. Grab your left shin, stand up tall, press your standing foot down, lift the crown of your head up. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Let's move into this figure four shape. Move your hips back. Squeeze your thighs in towards the midline. Root your thighs back into your hips. Hips back, heart forward, yet low. You should have this sense of drawing in. I really can't stress that enough, that throughout this whole experience of opening the hips, right, we want to continue to draw in. This is where that presence of emotional discomfort might come up, but we move past it because we're strong and resilient, because we know there's always more to uncover. Draw thighs to hips. Press the feet down, stretch your heart forward, and then get a little bit lower. You can work your hands down if you want. Hold it for 3. Ooh, yeah, 2. And 1. Slowly rise up, bring your left knee into your chest. Let's take this goddess squat again. Step your left foot back. Turn your heels in, your toes out. Come down into a squat position. Hands to the thighs. We'll do this just one more time. Please drop your left shoulder down towards the ground. Press your left thigh wide. Ooh. And then drop your right shoulder down towards the ground. Press your right thigh wide. And lift your right knee, lift your right shoulder back up. Drop your left knee down to the ground, facing forward, Anjaneyasana. So you're really working the inner rotation through the back thigh. Both arms up. Keep spinning your inner left thigh back, wrapping your right hip under. Stretch through your legs, lift through your chest. Place both hands down on the ground in front of you. Lift your left leg up, standing splits, please. Inner left thigh lifts, stretch through your legs. Try to get that lifted leg, not just to be lifted, but to be extended actively. That's really important for our later pose. Extend through that lifted leg. The height will come, work on the extension. Please walk your hands forward, stack your left hip over your right hip. Now we'll bend the left knee, squeeze the heel to your bum, and walk your hands over to the right. Take your left hand as far over to the right as you can without tipping over. Maybe you look underneath your left armpit. It should be a big stretch into your left side body, and also working that left hip up and over gives you more strength in your hips. One more breath. Big step back to Skandasana. Step your left foot way back, stay low. Left knee bending, right leg extending, Skandasana. Squeeze your heels together, please. Drop thighs to hips, then press out through your feet. Get your hips to get low. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Left hand coming down, right arm coming to the sky, side plank pose to the left side. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips, please breathe. Lift your hips up really high. Bring your right knee into your chest. Without letting your right foot come down, place your right hand on the ground. Keep squeezing your right knee into your chest. Roll over to your right side. Keep lifting your right knee into your chest. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Like a figure four. Then bend your left knee. Drop your butt towards your left heel, towards the back of the mat. Reach your left arm over your head. Lift your chest up. Come forward, pigeon pose. Left hand down. Right shin forward, pigeon pose. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Lift into your chest, please. Exhale, scissor your thighs, stretch through your legs, fold in. Let's do two more like that. Keep drawing in, thighs to hips. Inhale, rise up. Even as you draw in, you're extending out. Exhale, head to the ground. Active legs, inhale. And exhale. Hug your back toes, press through your hands, take it back, downward, facing dog. Inhale, rock forward, plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, breathe in. Downward, facing dog. Exhale, take it back. So just adding on a slight bit to this, it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. We're starting from the back now. Lift your left leg up to the sky, please. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. If you wanna drop your right knee down, you can. Start to work your forearms down to the ground, get low, get low, low, get low, get low. And if you want, you can even kind of pulsing the hips a little bit here. Might give you a little more freedom or creation of space. This is a practice of kind of working the elasticity of the fascia. You can work to build more space over time. Kind of activates the elastin in the muscles in a way that helps it build more space and then recuperate a little bit quicker. Lift your inner right thigh. Wrap your left hip back. Press through your feet, stretch through your heart, please. It's a big move from here. Come back up onto your hands. Bring your right knee into your chest. Stand all the way up. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, please. Move your hips back and your heart forward. These figure four poses are going to be really helpful for us. So press the right ankle down into the left thigh. Lift the left thigh up into the right ankle. Energetically squeeze your thighs together. Then move your hips back and your heart forward. Breathe. You can work your hands to the ground. A little bit lower. Slowly rise up, right knee into your chest. This time we're stepping back to warrior two. Right foot steps back behind you. Just a friendly old-fashioned warrior two because it feels so good. It's a great pose to practice balance of action in the hips. You've got this right thigh, inner right thigh spinning back, creating a little bit more inner rotation, and your outer left hip wrapping under, creating a little more external rotation. Press through your feet, please. Stretch through your legs. In through your nose, out through your nose. Now let's take it to our Skandasana. Reach your arms up, straighten your front leg, bend your right knee, Skandasana. Heels in, thighs in, feet pressed down, stretch through your legs, get low, get low. Oh, feels good. Come forward, walk your hands back to the top of the mat, please. Place your right hand down. Open your left arm up to the sky. Side plank pose to the right side. Very nice, my friends. Bring your left knee into your chest. Place your left hand down. Keep squeezing your left knee into your chest. Open your right arm up to the sky. Stack your left ankle or cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Bend your knees. Drop your butt towards the ground. Lift into your chest. Here we go. This time a little bit different. Come forward, place your right hand down. Instead of lowering right into that pigeon pose, I want you to hover your left shin off the mat. As close to your ankle or wrist as you can. Hover for 3. Very good. 2. And one, lower the shin down, pigeon pose. Yeah, working on that hip action. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Just the one time this time. Exhale, stretch through your legs. Hold it in. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Take it back, downward facing dog. Exhale. Rock forward, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward dog, exhale, take it back. Here we go, right leg lifts up, nice and high to the sky. Reach it up and stretch it back, please. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Work your forearms down towards the ground. Back leg stays strong if you can get there. It's okay if your forearms don't come down. You're just doing your best. You might have props with you. You can use your elbows to blocks or the books or the soup cans, or pillows. If not, please just work on keeping your legs really strong. Inner left thigh is lifted. The outer right hip wraps under. Gently squeeze the glute on the left side and press through your feet. Pull forward through your chest. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Maybe a little pulsing of the hips if it feels good. We're going to come back up onto our hands. Bring your left knee into your chest. Stand all the way up. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, please. Move your hips back and your heart forward. Tone your thighs. Press left ankle down into right thigh. Move your hips back, heart forward. If you can, working your hands all the way down to the ground. Keep getting the chest to your shin, toes flexed. Left thigh wide, right hip under. We'll step back to warrior two. Rise up, left knee into your chest. Step your left foot back to warrior two. Tone your thighs. Draw thighs to hips. Left thigh back, right hip under. So we're working that nice play of action in the hips. Lift to the front of the hips. Draw the belly in. From the center of your hips, push down into your feet. Stretch through your legs. At this point, the hips are starting to feel really responsive and open. Right? If there's any resistance left, just acknowledge it. Appreciate it as part of your journey, part of your experience. Set it to the side for later reflection. And if you can, find that space that you're working so hard to create here. Lunge. Skandasana, right leg extends, bend into your left knee, please. Slow and controlled, squeeze heels together, draw thighs to hips. From the center of your hips, press out through your feet, get low. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. Last time, side plank pose to the left side. Breathe. Bring your right knee into your chest. Place your right hand down. Keep squeezing your right knee into your chest. Roll over to your right side. Take your left arm to the sky. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Bend your left knee, drop your butt to your heels. Press your right thigh wide. Without letting the right knee or shin drop, come forward. Place your left hand down. Hover your right shin above the mat for 3, 2, 1. Right shin down, pigeon pose. I like how you all waited until I even said shin down. That was awesome. So we got like 4 or 5 counts there. Nice job, everybody. Tone your thighs, draw thighs to hips. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale. Inhale, sitting up. Take it back. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Rock it forward, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Walk your feet towards your hands, please. And come down into a squat. Heels in, toes out. All right, everyone. Nice job. Let's play around with coming into a super fun arm balance. I'll give you a few options so that you have something to work on in case one arm balance doesn't feel good. You hopefully have something else to work on. Let's come to seated. And before we do the arm balance, let's take one more stretch. Bring your left shin parallel to the top of the mat. Cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Flex your toes. Inhale, sit up tall. You might stay here or exhale without forcing this knee down. Start to tilt forward, folding in, press your hips back and your heart forward. Should be a really nice stretch for your right hip and probably your left hip too, actually. Ankles, ankle over knee, shins stacked. We call this fire lock pose. Press out through your feet. Press back to your hips, fold. Just another breath. Lock it up. Place your hands behind you, lean back. Okay, place your right foot down on the ground. Place your left foot down on the ground. Ooh, switch sides. Right shin coming down. And left heel, left ankle to the right knee. As best you can. Knees, ankles stacked, shins stacked. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Press out through your feet, exhale, and hold it. So try not to have any comparative practices. One side will be different than the other, and that's okay. Just work through it, breathe. Flex your toes, press out through your feet. Push your hips back and your heart forward. Lock your hands in. Place your hands behind your back. Lean back a little bit into your hands, and then open it up. Left foot goes out to the right. Left foot goes to the left. Right foot goes out to the right. Both of your knees fall to the right side. Lift it up. Both of your knees fall to the left side. Pick it up without the hands this time. Both of your knees fall to the right side. Pick it up. Both of your knees fall to the left side. One more time. Both of your knees fall to the right side. Pause. Hold it here. Right? You're going to pick up your right shin, ankle, knee. Okay? So I'm reaching forward with the hands. I'm trying to lift, even if it doesn't come up, toes are flexed, try to lift up your right shin, ankle, knee, and hold it there. Sit up tall for 3, 2, 1. Place the right leg down, lift up your knees. One more time to the left side. Knees to the left. Reach forward, make a fist. Try to lift up your left ankle, shin, knee. Ready? Sit tall, lift your left leg. Good, Meredith. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. So depending on how possible for you that felt, this is building active range of motion into our hips. We have hip flexibility, like our pigeon pose, which we do, our warrior 2. And we have hip mobility, which we just did here. The ability to move through our hips without any outside forces assisting it. This is part of creating active range of motion. Now, one way to help build into that is with this next pose. We're going to come into a flying pigeon pose. It'll give you a few different options in case one doesn't work, you have something to work on. Okay, so watch. Flying pigeon pose. We'll start from a down dog in a moment. Actually, no, sorry, not from down dog. I was like, why does that sound all right? We'll start from standing in a moment. I'll bring my right ankle to cross over my left. I've done this a bunch of times already so far. I'm into this figure 4 shape, another shape we've taken quite a bit. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. I'm going to cross my arms in front of my right shin and trying to tuck my shin up into my armpit as much as I can. Next, I'm going to flex my toes around the outside of my right arm, my left arm, sorry. So I'm squeezing my, flexing my toes around my arm and kind of pressing my arm a little bit into the foot, pressing my foot into my arm. That's going to lock everything in place. Now, I've got my shin tucked up nice into my armpits against my chest. I'm going to place my hands down and just start to lean forward. This could be where you stay, option 1. Okay, keep leaning forward, shoulders go past your wrist. Option 2, lift your back foot up, squeeze your heel to your bum. And option 3, extend your back leg out, your heart forward. If this action here, this flexing of the toe around the arm, pressing the arm into the foot into the arm, isn't happening, it's very hard to hold the pose. Another trick that you can do to hold the pose, I'll do the other side, is to really push your chest down into your shin. So from here, just to show you an example on the other side, both hands down, you can see how much I'm working into it. I'm getting my hips low, taking my chest to my shin. So from this one, I'm gonna lean into it, and I'm just gonna really push my chest down into my shin. So now it's all kind of smushed in. My leg can't really move out. You can stay here or extend it out. And I'm pushing chest into shin. Let's try it. It's called galavasana, Ekapada galavasana. And I think it's named after a sage, but for us, colloquially known as flying pigeon pose. You don't have to get off the ground. So those are some of the stages we showed you. You can just take that figure 4 shape and cross the arms in front of the shin. Stay here. But I'd like you, if you can, to at least make it somewhat of an arm bounce. Lean forward into your hands, even if the feet don't come up. Hug your forearms in, press down, lean forward, lean forward. Maybe the back foot lifts. Maybe the chest goes forward and the leg goes back. Practice. It takes a lot of practice, this pose. Not something, if you've ever done it before, you'll probably just lift off into. Practice, practice, practice. Good, Greta. Really good placement of that foot on the arm. Really nice job. Breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Nice, Harrison. Meredith, really good. Flex those toes a lot. Press your shin forward even more. Good. Zach, flex those toes. Flex those toes. There you go. Look forward a little more. That's it. Remember, friends, you want to work on the shin that's in the arms. I know you're feeling it slide away, so push it forward into your arms. We've been working this whole time on creating this action of drawing in and expanding out. That should apply here. You're using your core to keep yourself lifted. That's the sense of drawing in. Then once you're lifting up into the pose, you've got to really expand out to hold the shape without losing that integrity of drawing in. This is a really good example of where you might feel resistance, those moments of I can't, I'll never, I'm not able to, there's no ways, right? All those moments that bottle up are limitations that we put on ourselves, especially we feel them, not especially, but we might especially feel them when we're moving into our hips, because they are at the center of emotional experience, according to Ayurvedic medicine. So we can look at this practice as a way to move past those limitations. Let's give it one more time each side. Just have some fun with it. Feel free to fall. Feel free to get back up again. No pressure, just some fun. I think it's fun. So good, you guys. These look awesome. Nice, Harrison. Good, Elise. Flex those toes. Lean into it. The hardest part is probably leaning forward, right? Getting far enough forward, you feel comfortable extending your back leg back. That takes practice, takes wrist mobility, comfort with your balance, strength in the arms and shoulders. If you're done, do one more. Go ahead and come into lying down on your back position. If you're doing your last one, go for it now. When you're ready, Nice job, everybody. Coming to a nice and easy bridge pose. Woo! That's a good pose. Lift your
Hey,
hips up.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
My foot was creeping up my thigh. Should you try to keep it down by the knee, your foot that's crossing the thigh, or is it okay for it to go up closer to the pelvis?
It's crossing your thigh. Let me
So like
see.
as I was going down, my ankle, this is where I think it should be, right? But then I go up and then it goes further up.
Oh, I mean that seems harder to me
Okay.
to have your foot up there. It's going to be. It seems like the question's being asked if his foot is going up here, like higher up his hip. To me, that seems like it's going to be just more intensity on your knee and your hip. If it feels fine for you, yeah, I'm not able to get my foot around my shoulder in this position. So yeah, I have to keep it lower around my knee. That's for me. I mean, if you can get your arm to hook up here, sure. See why not. So that's just making it a little more intense on my ankle because my foot is still turned down now. I have to prep more weight on the top of my ankle. Whereas here, I have a little more of a straight line and I can rest on my shin more and less on the top of my foot. That makes sense. So it's not like it's one is wrong or the other, depending on your mobility and body size. For me, my arm and foot aren't connecting. And if I force it, I'm just pushing down on the top of my ankle. So it's not ideal for me. This is giving me a really good placement because I got my chest on my shin, my arm locked. But that being said, I've been doing it this way for years. So maybe the other way works, and this is just the way that I know how to do it. Sorry, it's not a definitive answer, but nothing in yoga usually is. Hope that helps out a little bit at least. Lie on your back. Yeah, I'm going to think about that some more because it would put your hip in a little bit of a greater external rotation, but in my body, this shape is a lot of torque on my knee. And when I start to put pressure on it, like in that arm balance, it doesn't feel good. So that's another reason why, for me, it'd be better to have it more parallel. So I understand what you're saying, though. As you're lowering down, your foot sliding away because of tension in the hamstrings, probably. Arms by your side, lift your hips up. Another thing you can do that I didn't really suggest because not all of us have it is you can do this from blocks. So if you have tighter hamstrings, you would, the last arm balance pose, you would put your ankle over your thigh, just like how we started, but instead of bringing your hands to the ground, you bring your hands to blocks. And now you have less pressure in your hamstrings to move forward into the pose. So I know anytime we have to fold in, we have to deal with hamstring issues if you're not really open in the backs and thighs. Lower your hips down, please. Breathe. So that last pose, not the bridge, the arm balance is called galavasana, ekapada galavasana, or flying pigeon pose. Every time you do pigeon from now on, just think about what it would feel like to be flying off the ground. And start to just introduce the concept of it into your practice more and more often. Take it up again, bridge pose or upward bow. Inhale, lift it up. There you go, Zach. Good idea with the block there. Lower down. Windshield wiper your knees from right to left, please. Let's finish with these twists. Take your knees over to your left. Look over your right shoulder. And then rock over to your left side. Come up onto your hands. Turn to face the back of the mat, but keep your feet and legs just as they are. Bring your forearms down to the mat. Stay here for a nice twist, or go a little bit deeper by threading your right arm under your left arm. Yeah, and then coming to lie onto your right shoulder, maybe even the right side of your head. Slowly coming up. Let's take it all the way back down onto our backs. And we'll switch sides. Knees to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Roll over to your right side. Keep your legs where they are. Come up onto your hands, onto your forearms. Turn to face the back of the mat. And keep the feet and legs just where they are. For a deeper stretch, you can thread your left arm under your right arm. Good. Shanti, separate your knees. So take your left knee back. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Just like that. Oh, there you go. That's fine too. Actually, it's better. So many cricks and cracks in my back when I do these twists. Slowly coming up. Ooh, I felt really good. Turn around. Make your way to seated. Inhale, take your arms up. Last pose here, exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Let's lie down onto our backs, everybody. Shavasana. Lie back and relax. Nice job tonight. Notice any limitations that are still there, any obstacles of resistance to your joy or your bliss. Set them to the side. Being present in this moment is being present in your consciousness, in your conscious bliss. We awaken to that sensation rising from our hips, rising from the openness we feel of our emotional center. Free from obstruction and free from limitation. When you're ready to begin moving again, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Take a deep breath in, stretch out your arms and your legs. Side out, let it go. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice, good squeeze. From there, rock your way up to seated. Bring your hands together at your heart. As you move from this space today, and you maybe address those things at which you set to the side for later reflection, you can now see them with a fresh set of eyes, with clarity, without the distraction of them weighing you down. You now see them with a new sense of fortitude and resilience, the new awareness of your capacity for bliss and your strength. So hopefully moving into that emotional center of hips was somewhat freeing and liberating, and a way for us to reconnect to our own inherent bliss and joy. Let's close with the sound of Om. Exhale all the way out. Inhale for Om. The light in me honors the light in you. May that light shine bright for us all. Thank you for practice. Thank you so much, everyone. Great job today. Really nice work moving into the hips. Hip, hip, hooray. If you have any questions, comments, requests, or feedback, as always, feel free to reach out to me whenever you'd like. Stephen Arcos Yoga on Instagram and on Facebook. You can also email me, steven@stevenarcosyoga.com, or reach me on my website, stevenarcosyoga.com. So lots of ways to get in touch. If you have the ability to give today, I greatly appreciate it. My PayPal is Stephen Arcos Yoga, and newly updated my PayPal, paypal.me/Stephen Arcos Yoga. I just did that 20 minutes ago. So you'll be the first ones to do it. If you have any questions, always reach out. It's better that we learn and grow together. So never be afraid to ask a question. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you.